guess she's correct from smiling. All the tears that she's been hiding. And she wonders pretty soon everybody's gonna know. And her voice is strong and shouting, killing winners who are losing. And she wonders if the days I feel soon they'll have to go. I'm so happy. I'm gonna join the band. We're gonna sing and dance in celebration. We're in the promised land. She even talk a new ways to protect the home she lives in. She wanna run a song about when they break down the door. Her name is Brown or White or Black, you know her very well. You hear her cry, the very scenes of when it's still there. Mama, I'm so happy. I'm gonna join the band.
Hi. Hello.
We're gonna dance and sing in celebration. We're in the promised land.
Oh, there we go. Let's raise you up a little bit. That did nothing. I didn't turn Mega Man on.
If you walk, you're gonna get there. Lord, it takes a little long. And when you see it in the distance, you will wring your hands and moan. Oh, yeah.
Great.
You are my home. You are my home.
Let's open Lutrous.
You and me live on. It's all right.
Whoops. Was that whoops? I don't think that was whoops. Yes, it was whoops. Turns out it would be quite useful if you could see the game. Let's get Ambassador Montilier. So the Inquisition is a hollow prank, a jest to swindle the righteous. The tide of apostates and demons swirls on my doorstep as you do nothing. My death will be on your head and the heads of all the other charlatans of the Inquisition, and it will leave a stain so dark the Maker himself could not remove it. Yours truly, Lord Kildan. Anything in all A? Nope, not yet. In which case, we may as well gather some more coin.
Let us begin.
First thing I'm going to do is go and talk to everyone. I've not found all of our companions yet. So we found Josephine and talked to her quite a bit. Solus. We have talked to Liliana, haven't we?
Reports of fade rifts and demons keep coming. The people are terrified, and it's only getting worse. The only thing that will calm their fears now is the hope that someone out there can save them. You have to be that someone. No one else has any power over the rifts.
No pressure.
Seal them. Your legend will spread, and Thedas will learn to trust the Inquisition. They called you the left hand of the Divine. That they did? What of it? What exactly does the left hand of the Divine do? A Divine always has enemies, and Justinia had more than most. I protected her. I watched, had an ear to every door. I identified threats, and I dealt with them. Why did Justinia have so many enemies? There were many who felt she was unfit to be divine. She had a past, a worldly life. And like many, she wasn't given to the Chantry as a child. She chose it. And somehow that made her unworthy. And because they thought she was unworthy, they wished her harm. So you were her spy master too? I handled difficult situations that couldn't be resolved through more delicate means.
Right.
I'd like to hear about Justinia. What was she like? A friend. A mentor. Like me, she had secrets, made mistakes. It made her human. I think her followers responded to that. How did you and Justinia meet? I met her a long time ago, before she became divine. Before she was Justinia. When I met her, she was Mother Dorothea. I was at my lowest. Broken, lost. And she saved me. No, wait. She hates it when I say that. I saved myself. She just showed me it was possible.
Did you bang the Divine?
Was there something more than friendship between you? You asking if we were lovers? Typical. I was devoted to her, therefore it must be romantic. Love is common. Love is simple. My bond with Justinia was something greater.
Wow.
She was a sister, a mother, a teacher. So to answer your question, yes, it was more than friendship.
Wow, way to insult the warden there.
We'll talk more later.
Mademoiselle Giselle. We've basically said everything we can to Varric, haven't we?
The red lyrium we found at the temple seemed to upset you.
My brother Bartrand and I sort of discovered red lyrium during an expedition in the Deep Roads. We located an ancient thaig, so old it barely looked dwarven. There was this idol there made of it. Bartrand brought it back to the surface, and, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
So what is it? Just another kind of lyrium?
The red stuff is lyrium like a dragon is a lizard. It's not just a different color. It has a whole host of weirdness all its own. I've written to every mining cast house in Orzammar. No one's seen this stuff before or knows where it came from.
What makes it special?
Regular lyrium can mess you up pretty badly, but you have to ingest it for that to happen. Red lyrium messes with your mind when you're just near the stuff. You hear singing, get violent, paranoid, and then it does creepy shit. Makes things float, brings statues to life. It also turned Kirkwall's Knight Commander to lyrium. Everyone's been kept at least 100 paces from it since.
How did the red lyrium get in the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
I don't know. So as far as I knew, the only piece to make it to the surface was destroyed. And the location of the tide it came from is a secret. Did someone find more of it in the deep roads? That's not a cheery thought.
I think that's enough on red lyrium.
Yeah, not really my favorite subject. Need something?
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
Are you from Ferelden? Orlais?
Free marches, born and raised in Kirkwall. And despite whatever you've heard, no, Kirkwall's not that bad.
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant?
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
Could you do Leliana's job?
If you've run a spy network, why is Leliana our spy master?
To be honest with you, she's just a better spy master. The truly great ones can keep their distance. They don't get attached to their people. Me, I always wind up babysitting my informants and worrying about their families. We're in better hands with her.
What books do you write?
You're an author. What kind of books have you
Hard in Hightown?
I've tried my hands at a few genres. My crime serials are my most popular. Hard in Hightown, guards breaking the rules to get things done. The Tale of the Champion is the most famous thing I've written, or infamous maybe. I started a romance serial once, Swords and Shields, but to be honest, I don't have a knack for romances. Most of my stories end in tragedy. Probably that says something unfortunate about me personally.
What sort of shops do you own?
Actually, we don't own shops. That was just an example. Mostly we invest in money lenders. Auction houses, a few mercenary companies, a couple of smithies. I think we own half a beet plantation in Ravane somewhere. Most of that's my brother's doing. Bartrand had business sense. Not much tact, but loads of business sense.
And the crossbow?
Where did you get that crossbow? I've never seen one like it.
Bianca? She's one of a kind. Funny story. I bought a salvaged ship and found her locked in a dragon bone reinforced chest in the hold.
Of course you did.
I broke 3 dozen lockpicks and blunted 9 saws opening that trunk, but it was worth it.
Why Bianca?
Who is she named for?
I can't tell you.
Why not?
And the reason for that is?
Complicated. It's the one story I'll never tell. We just have to leave it at that.
Until we meet her.
Varric.
No problem.
Yes, Mom. I think he knows, Mom. He talked about how we have to dig it up.
Do you think the mages will be able to seal this? I heard something. Can I help you with something? Farewell. Make her go with you.
Okay. So I need
Find anything we need? Let me know.
map. I need to actually explore places before I do that. And collect raw materials. Like this.
Still got demons pouring out of the rifts.
Who is this woman, demon? Oh. Huh. I thought I'd pick those up the first time I was there, but I must have forgotten to do that.
You're worried about... I understand that.
Mm-mm. Well, that's Cullen, that makes sense.
You're kind of a force of nature, aren't you?
When I need to be.
It's impressive.
You flatter me.
I'm trying.
Did I do the right thing?
Cute.
What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool, and they may be right.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe.
Hey, Darkwolf, how you doing?
I believe more is going on here than we can see.
T.
And I believe no
There
one
it is.
else cares
That's
to
my
do
camera.
anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
Just chilling is good. It was foolish, too late, so Matt can't do it. What happens next? You don't think I'm chosen?
You don't think I'm the Herald of Andraste?
I think you were sent to help us. I hope you were. But the Maker's help takes many forms. Sometimes it's difficult to discern who it truly benefits, or how.
What's going to happen now?
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm. Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can. After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them. I only pray the price is not too high.
Depending on how I feel, the price may be becoming divine. Edging towards Eliana. It was annoying me, my chat window on my screen was like a centimetre off the whole height. You had to do it.
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I?
I mean, there were worse choices.
My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
It wasn't like you had no reason to suspect me.
I was determined to have someone answer for what happened. Anyone. You've said you don't believe you're chosen. Does that mean you also don't believe in the Maker?
Literally Dalish. Not only literally Dalish, but a first of our clan, which means one day we're going to be like Keeper. Although realistically, probably not.
I'm Dalish. I believe in our own gods.
And there's no room among your gods for one more? I suppose it doesn't matter now. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us. It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
Make something up.
My clan never stayed in one place for long, though we primarily roamed the free marches.
Oh, I didn't think your people roamed that far north. Well, clearly I'm mistaken. I'm told some members of your clan might still be alive. Do you intend to go back?
Some members of my clan might still be alive. They all are. What? We went to visit them. Well, you did. I didn't. I can't visit my own clan. God, that would be insanity.
I might, once this is done.
It will not be the same once you do.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
I
Is
bet.
that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
Is there any harm in us becoming a little closer?
Plenty.
Is that right?
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentegas, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lady.
You're Navarran royalty.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentegasts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentegasts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
So you're not on good terms.
So not on very good terms with your family then?
I do not visit, is that what you mean?
Oh.
Pentegasts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are
Well,
fact
good news. We're going to do a shit ton of that.
and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
Oh.
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
Okay.
So you were the right hand to the Divine?
That's what she said.
Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be.
You'd think a Seeker would be
That I once saved
preferable over
Divine
a Templar.
My reward was becoming her right hand.
What is a right hand?
But what does a right hand do?
I'll tell you who this right hand is.
What is your hand capable of?
Like this left hand does.
It takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinian knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to
Seen
break
and
bones
done
to
nothing.
reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
So, what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear it? It was, what, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize
We
myself.
should get Varric to tell the story then.
That's what happens with stories that become legends.
I am not a legend, nor was I then. I was a young woman barely out of training. To hear others tell it, I alone saved Divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight commander was at the top, and there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral, but I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
What happened to the mages that helped you?
They went back to their circles, with rewards and privileges and most holy gratitude. Many of them died at the conflict.
You're delightful. You know that?
No, I do not know that. I object. There is nothing delightful about me.
I beg to differ.
I think I preferred you in the stock.
It is really fun to flirt with her, even if you can't really... Nothing can come of it.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then I realized I knew it not at all.
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortale Tarsi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Your uncle was a mortale Tarsi?
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The mortale Tarsi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Nevarans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand.
This is straight out of Tolkien. Gandalf recalling the fall of Gondor.
I'll let you get back to work.
Yes.
Can you tell me more about the Seekers?
The Seekers of Truth were born from the original Inquisition long ago, when it united with the Chantry. Seekers stood above the Templars, watching over them but also investigating magical events they couldn't handle. We were meant to be incorruptible, above reproach. How seldom does reality match the ideal? We do not use lyrium, however. Our abilities are different, as was our original purpose. We disciplined the Templars and were accountable only to the Divine. And not even her, truthfully.
So nobody ever watched over the Seekers?
It was the Divine's duty. But she could only do so much when the truth was hidden from her. The Templars have always feared her. When a Seeker arrived at a circle, they knew trouble was afoot. That kind of power is troubling. You begin to think you are the only one who can solve the world's problems. If you don't see a problem, it doesn't exist. If someone insists it does, they are the blind ones.
Do you think that kind of problem could ever be fixed?
Possibly. Though the Seekers themselves would need to change. They were clearly not willing to, even though they abandoned everything they stood for to avoid it. In my heart, I believe they can still be salvaged, but not by their own hands.
You mentioned that Seekers have different abilities than Templars.
Entirely. A Templar's abilities come from lyrium and are designed to hunt mages. Ours come from ritual and many years of dedicated training. We cannot be possessed by demons and are immune to mind control. Useful considering our role. Seekers can gain other gifts, but that depends on the individual.
She doesn't remember the Rise of Tranquility thing, does she?
What kind of gifts do you have?
I can set delirium within a person's blood aflame. Both mages and Templars bend.
Wow, that's
to my
useful.
will. Some Seekers use it to interrogate, others simply to paralyze. Once there was a Seeker who could use it to kill. That particular gift is considered rare.
How does someone become a Seeker?
Most Seekers begin training in their youth. I was much older, an exception due to my noble birth. We train rigorously for years. Our bodies and minds must be elastic to undergo the vigil, and most fail even then.
Is the vigil some kind of initiation?
It is the rite every Seeker must go through in order to summon their gifts. A full year of fasting, prayer, and separation from all distractions, including other people. We empty ourselves of all emotion, focusing only on the purity of our devotion. And the moment it finally ends, it's wonderful. Faith realized. I cannot put it into words.
Was it some kind of magic?
I don't fully understand it, to be honest. If the vigil was not so arduous, I'd say more should attempt it. What if mages never needed to fear possession by demons? I'm told it is impossible, however. I suppose I'll never know the truth of it now.
Yeah, if mages did that, they wouldn't be able to cast spells, which would kind of be the pointless.
Why did your order turn against the Chantry?
We originally united with the Chantry through a treaty that stated they would keep mages under control. It was felt Most Holy had tacitly allowed the Circle of Magi to vote on its independence, thus breaking the treaty. The Seekers saw themselves as justified, and they led the Templars into a war of righteousness.
You sound like you disagree.
We knew what was happening at Kirkwall, where the Mage Rebellion began. We looked into reports of Knight Commander Meredith's harsh treatment of her charges years earlier. But we found so many shocking cases of magical corruption, it was decided her actions were justified. If we'd been there when it happened, if we'd looked harder at the root causes...
Mages were oppressed. What else did you expect?
I expected us to do better. When faced with a problem, the Seekers would close ranks and crush it. We would find an answer, but only once we felt we weren't being coerced. The moment the mages voted for independence, our response was predictable. It was difficult to watch.
I've no more questions.
Yes?
May I ask you about the Chantry?
It is difficult to say what becomes of the Chantry now. They have no Templars, no leadership, and no one left who is worthy of succeeding the Divine. It has fallen apart when everyone needs it the most. I ache to think what this will mean in the days to come.
Will the Chantry replace Divine Justinia?
They will try. Once the priests withdraw for the Grand Consensus, it is against Chantry law for them to emerge without naming a new Divine. Sometimes it takes days, or weeks, or even months. The problem now is that no clear successor to Justinia exists. All worthy clerics died with her at the conflict.
So what happens if they can't agree on someone?
Theoretically, they will argue until exhaustion takes them or they see reason. Practically, however, if the Grand Consensus goes on too long, the Chantry will crumble. Any cleric with ambition but little sense will see this as her one chance, and plenty of such clerics exist. We shall see what happens. The Inquisition must act in the meantime.
If they do choose a new Divine, will you serve her?
That depends on whether she would have me. I am a rebel now, remember? And even if she would, I do not know. It would depend on what type of Divine she is. I am no longer in a position to follow blindly, and no new Divine could expect such obedience now.
What influence does Chancellor Roderick really wield?
He's a bureaucrat, responsible for communicating the Divine's will to the rest of the Chantry. Therefore, he's accustomed to the clerics hanging on his every word, hoping his influence will benefit them. Despite that, Roderick is not a bad man. He's frightened, and believes his place is to fill the gap left by Most Holy's death. Some might agree. As far down the chain of command as he is, there is no one left above him.
How big a problem could he be?
No more than he is already. He sent his message to the College of Clerics. That is the only card he had to play. Dealing with him further only lends him credibility he doesn't deserve.
Do you really believe the Chantry is worth preserving?
I do. Though I understand how someone born outside of human society might think otherwise. Cast the Chantry aside and new problems replace old ones. We will have learned nothing from history. The people need stability, and the Chantry needs a new purpose. Andraste had a dream for us. It can still be achieved.
So, what should this new purpose be?
A dedication to what is truly important. Instead of building cathedrals and sewing gowns for the Divine, the Chantry used to spend its coin feeding the poor. If we are to spread the Maker's word across the world, we must do so with open hearts and open hands.
That sounds rather idealistic of you.
Does it? I do not think it's so unachievable. The Chantry has many good, honest people. They just need direction and inspiration. They need to be freed from centuries of adherence to tradition and ceremony. A chance for renewal is at our fingertips. It does not have to come with utter chaos.
I'm surprised you rebelled against the Chantry.
I left my own order when they took the wrong path. It is no different. But in neither case did I stop caring. Indeed, I care so much that I feel drastic action is necessary. I suppose history shall one day judge my actions.
Thank you.
Right. Oh, God. Flaming swords at 30 FPS.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
At least I got everyone's attention.
That you did. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
The Conclave destroyed a giant hole in the sky. Things aren't looking good.
Which is why we're needed. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new Divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
You've given this a lot of thought.
I know what happens when order is lost, and action comes too late. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Raiden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying. Was there something you needed?
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
If you need insight into what the Order is doing now, I'm afraid I can't offer more than you already know. Anything else, I will answer as best I can.
Before coming here, my keeper suggested I avoid Templars. Do they do anything besides hunt mages?
Templars protect against the dangers of magic. Before the Order left the Chantry, that meant serving in a circle. They were also tasked with tracking apostates or fighting demons inevitably summoned by the weak or malicious.
What do you think of mages? Are they all a threat?
I've seen the suffering magic can inflict. I've treated mages with distrust because of it, at times without cause. That was unworthy of me. I will try not to do so. Not that I want mages moving through our base completely unchecked. We need safeguards in place to protect people, including mages, from possession of the beast.
Do Templars take vows? I swear to the Maker to watch all the mages. That sort of thing.
There's a vigil first. You're meant to be at peace during that time, but your life is about to change. When it's over, you give yourself to a life of service. That's when you're given a filter, your first draft of lyrium and its power. As Templars,
Yeesh.
we are not to seek wealth or acknowledgement. Our lives belong to the Maker and the path we have chosen.
You've lived in the Circle. What was a typical day for a Templar there?
Typical. The last time I was in a circle was right before it fell apart. Nothing was typical.
Before that, then?
Certain rituals require a full guard. A mage's howling, for instance. I've attended a few. Most of the time you merely maintain a presence, on patrol or in a circle, ready to respond if needed. Mages pretend to ignore that presence. They're watching you just as closely.
Do Templars and mages never speak to each other?
Some do. The Templars are supposed to maintain a certain distance from their charges. If a mage is possessed or uses blood magic, you must act quickly, without hesitation. Your judgment cannot be clouded. And of course, ignoring one another does nothing to foster understanding.
Why did you join the Order?
I could think of no better calling than to protect those in need. I used to beg the Templars as our local chantry to teach me. First, they merely humored me. I must have shown promise, or at least a willingness to learn. The Knight Captain spoke to my parents on my behalf. They agreed to send me for training. I was 13 when I left home.
13? That's still so young.
I wasn't the youngest there. Some children are promised to the Order at infancy. Still, I didn't take on full responsibilities until I was 18. The Order sees you trained and educated first.
What about your family? Did you miss them?
Of course, but there were many my age who felt the same. We learned to look out for one another.
What does Templar training involve?
There is weapon and combat training. Even without their abilities, Templars are among the best warriors in Thedas. Initiates must also memorize portions of the Chant of Light, study history, and improve their mental focus.
Did you enjoy your training?
Learn everything. If I was giving my life to this, I would be the best Templar I could.
You were a model student.
I wanted to be. I wasn't always successful. Watching a candle burn down while reciting the Chant of Transfiguration wasn't the most exciting task. I admit, my mind sometimes wandered.
That's all I wanted to know. Thank
I don't
you.
think it was.
Another time then. Did you need something?
I should get to know you better. We are working together after all.
Would you like to know?
All right. Where are you from?
How to act for Elden. What a random thing to pop up. I'd like to take full responsibility for Lady Marshall. That's odd behavior of late. You see, we began the study of history. I thought it would do the young mistress some good to be exposed to all Theodosian cultures, not just Olay. It was a foolish thought. Regrettably, your dear daughter has taken particular interest in Ferelden folklore. First developed an affinity for King Calanhad, which seems to have developed into borderline infatuation. She stared at me, eyes wide, and told how he unified the barbarians with his allegedly incomparable might and charisma. Every time I tried to move the lesson on to something more important, she insisted I tell her again about Calanhad. How the Fereldans say his hair was twice as yellow as the sun, his chin more chiseled than the tallest peak in the Frostbacks. Twice now I've had to tear down drawings she's tacked up in the bedroom with a man shirtless. Then we moved on to the werewolves, which is even worse, as you may already know. The Fereldans venerate the folk heroes of Dane and Hafter. Dane was said to have been a werewolf, and Hafter to have descended from one. No enlightened man or woman could ever view such beast people with anything but revulsion. You know, Fereldans are a love of wildlife. Unfortunately, these tales of the wolfmen set the little mistress's imagination afire. When she suggested we put on a play for her and her lord father, I could not say no. I'm afraid that's why Marshallette was running through the mansion wearing wet furs and frightening the chambermaids. She was rehearsing a scene in which Hafter drives back the Darkspawn. I've been informed that some priceless family heirlooms were destroyed amongst all that confusion, and I cannot fully express my dismay. Instead of my abject failure of a tutor results in my immediate dismissal. A letter from Brother Bernard to his former employer.
Grew up in Ferelden near Holland. I was transferred to Kirkwall shortly after the Blight. This is the first I've returned in almost 10 years.
Varric's from Kirkwall. Did you two know each other?
I knew he was friends with the champion of Kirkwall, but little else. We've spoken more since I joined the Inquisition, largely at Varric's insistence. Apparently I spend too much time with a serious expression on my face, and it's bad for my health.
You haven't seen Ferelden in 10 years. Are you glad to be back?
I was not sorry to leave at the time. I did not expect to return. Now, between the Divine's murder and the breach, I've arrived to find nothing but chaos.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight. Did you fight Darkspawn?
No. I was stationed at Ferelden's Circle Tower. The Circle had troubles of its own. I remained there during the Blight.
What happened at the Circle Tower?
You who survived the Blight have fond memories of that time. I would prefer not to speak.
Aww. You have a bad time, did you? Didn't like the Aldred.
Occupied and then attacked the city. The fight
That
over
nasty
murder,
Aldred.
Political unrest. Relations between mages and Templars fell apart. State without the Chantry, and the Knight Commander went mad. Other than that, it was fine.
What happened between Kirkwall's mages and Templars?
You were at the Conclave. You must have heard people speak of it.
Yes, but you were there.
There was tension between mages and Templars long before I arrived. Eventually, it reached a breaking point. There was fighting in the streets. Abominations began killing both sides. It was a nightmare.
What happened then?
The Templars should have restored order. Red Lyrian driven Knight Commander Meredith mad. She threatened to kill Kirkwall's champion, turned on her own men. I'm not sure how far she would have gone. Too far.
So you opposed her?
I stood with the champion against her, in the end. I should have seen through Meredith sooner.
I'll let you return to your work.
I'm sure you have...
Is this it? Is this everything?
Did you need something?
Why would Templars break away from the Chantry?
The Order believes the Chantry no longer supports their efforts. Not to the extent they should.
But the Templars have served the Chantry for ages.
In that time, they've come to take the Order's services for granted. Templars risk their lives against blood magic, demons, abominations, to feel as if those efforts are dismissed. I may disagree with the Order's actions, but I'm here as proof of it. I sympathize with their frustrations.
Is there anything I should know?
Not at present.
What do you think of the people you work with?
Who do you mean?
What do you think of our ambassador?
We have little in common. How she delights in meeting with nobles all day is beyond me. But I enjoy working with her.
This guy doesn't have a head.
How do you like working with Leliana?
The Inquisition would not exist without her.
True.
I may not always agree with her methods, but she's more passionate about our cause than anyone. Cassandra may have declared the Inquisition publicly. Liliana is just as responsible for its formation.
Are you satisfied with the Inquisition's forces?
Our numbers are small, but they suit our needs for the time being. Some Templars have joined us instead of following the Order. They've proven invaluable in training new recruits.
I should let you get back to work.
Oh, he's got a head now. That's good. I'm going to take a quick break while I go get a drink and stuff. So I will see you in a minute.
stopped to fill my car up. The car felt good that day. I didn't know where I was going, but it felt good for a change. I found a pocket full of silver. I paid the lady no change, and then it started to piss down. I started driving again, and then I looked up and looked in the mirror behind me, and then I looked up
Ahoy.
in the mirror behind me.
What am I looking for? Oops.
See reasonless.
You're the one
We
they're
cannot
calling
stay
the
here.
Herald.
I mean,
If you know a way to make them stop, I'm
Mhm.
all ears. I don't. These things have a way of taking on their own life. But I'm glad it has not run to your head. I did not join the Order to adjust my faith so easily. But I appreciate what the Inquisition is trying to do, and your role in it. Though you may find not many Templars do. We're a distrustful lot by nature.
especially of mages like me.
I'd like your take on the Templar Order. It's a shadow of what it was. Where once we both protected all people from the dangers of magic, we now posture
We've had this
proud
conversation with
power.
her, haven't we?
One day, I hope the circles are again sanctuaries where mages can practice their craft. You're not going to rejoin the Order? When the temple went up, your forces rescued those few of us still alive. My life is a debt I intend to repay, however I can. I will talk to you later. Walk in the Maker's grace.
Ooh, Elfert. Nug.
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
Right, it's on the table here. I like... Oh, I don't know. I find it funny how the ding noise when there's something on there has a Doppler effect. Like it's a physically based sound in the world. And therefore the camera moving relative to it shifts the pitch. Alright, we need to find a logging stand. Turn the notes to Adan? Adan? That's right, he's behind Solus.
Thank.
You're back. And in one piece.
You said you thought Master Tajan was working on something special. If it helps, I found his notes.
The old codger was on the edge of a breakthrough here, but he couldn't see it. You want some of these mixed up? You just give the word.
Thank you.
Farewell.
Jar of bees. Oh. I've never used lyrium in this game. Because I've always just thought that it restores your mana, but your mana, like, restores so quickly. But no, it increases magic. Dawn Lotus. Okay. I don't really use grenades. Maybe I should. Okay, apparently there's a logging stand over here then. I do miss being able to play one-handed. Like, if I left... If you press both mouse buttons now, it attacks. It doesn't here, because we're... Wow. That's a pose. Or Legion Nobles. Ah, frozen waterfall. Ain't that pretty? Is there a ladder? I feel like that would have been a good place to put a ladder. Like, what if this weren't frozen and you fall in? Not an easy way of getting out. Oh, elf fruit. Whoops. Ooh, elf fruit. Yoink. Can I level up here? Nope. This looks like a logging stand. There's the logs anyway. Right. Build the requisition. No one expects the Spanish requisition. I want her shoes. Like, she is running over solid ice. I was like, oh, that's pretty green. Oh, it's, that. She's sprinting over sheet ice. I want her shoes. They are grippy as fuck.
I'm used to delivering children and helping.
Blessed are the righteous.
Right. I guess we'd better go to the hinterlands. My 3 guesses who we're going to take with us.
Herald of Andraste. I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. It's odd for a Dalish elf to care what happens to anyone else, but you'll get
Wow.
back here.
Rude.
Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. Well, all of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
Can I just... I've just met you, and the first thing you've said to me has been racist. Like... Ay. Can we also appreciate this quote-unquote armor?
I'm starting to worry about these stories that everyone's heard.
Oh, there's nothing to worry about. They only say you're the last great hope for Thetis.
Oh, wonderful.
The hinterlands are as good a place as any to start fixing things. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
Okay, how do I level up? Oh, no, no, that runs. I thought I could just double click this, but it's not. Character record. P. P? Fuck is it P? What a random... I wish I could put points in these. Archery definitely makes the most sense, doesn't it? Right, Cassandra, Vanguard, Battlemaster, two-handed weapon and shield, sure. Chevalier's Step. Shield movement will not be slow as much. Yours protect improved armor. Focus shield cost less stamina. Not move. Okay, do that one. Do more damage to payback strike, and if you've recently taken damage, you'll also stun taunted enemies. Whoops. Oh. Didn't actually get to use this staff at all before we found a better one. $51 DPS. 41 D. Okay, so Bianca's still good. It's a sword, what can we say? Inquisition shield. So, I mean, I guess we do have our own smiths, so. Right, you get your staff of the dragon. Right, you have your... Well, Antamsar is the best... Well, I mean, it's not. We can just wear heavy armor because it doesn't seem to have any impact on anything because it's meant to be class based. Well, Okay, you can have the Avar armor. Oh. You're not level 6. Of course you're not. Hey, we're matching. Light armor of the dragon. Alian when only. Despite the fact that it's just pretty basic stuff, really. Accessories. What have we got? Nothing. Literally nothing. Right. What? Inventory. 60.
Dispatch for you.
Whoops.
What is it?
Wrong button. Oh, it's not.
Dispatch for you.
I just missed
What is
it.
This may be worthwhile.
Brythis, I know you escaped with the other mages, and I know you'll come here. Father told you that if you ever strayed, he'd put you down himself. If you're here, you know he's dead, but I'm not. I'll be killing apostates and waiting for you at Old Phoenix Place to the north. I've got Father's sword and my true brothers in the Templars. Come, if you're man enough, Ivan.
Interesting reading. Could be worth a look.
It does seem weird to give him daggers. Oh. Cassandra leveled up. Didn't notice that. Using technique perfected by your Legion Chevaliers, you can't be flanked by enemies. You're less likely to be staggered and hit from the front. Ooh, nice. Right, can we deal with this breach? Or is it too high level for us? Funny how much better this card is doing than my 3090 when I played this. Both frame rate, frame pacing, and noise. Right, no, you're attacking me. And now you're not. Oh. Move away from that bit. Ooh. Door. Hi.
Our bastards killed my husband and stole the ring from his finger. They deserve to die.
You're saying the Templars attacked your husband?
Aye. He was digging out a stump. The fools couldn't tell a shovel from a mage's staff. Had to be safe, they said. Rebels everywhere attacking by surprise, sick bastards. They took the ring I gave him on our wedding day in case it was magic.
Farewell.
I think was a adequate response to that, actually. We could have expressed sympathy or something, not just bye. Ah, it's a picture. Let's go south. Always liked going south. Somehow. Always feels like going downhill. Why is the Templar killing a mercenary? This is like the ultimate in centrism. We're just killing anyone and everyone. We don't care who they are, why they're fighting, what they're doing.
Templars and innocent people caught in the middle. Some things never change.
Right, this way. Well, that looks,
Excuse me, have you seen another Inquisition scout? Elven woman, answers to writs.
You said your friend hasn't reported back.
Well, she was supposed to be checking on some apostates. I'm on duty here, or I'd go look for her.
I'll talk to you later.
From the Ritz to the rubble.
This would be a good place to set up camp.
That's a nice old abandoned derelict tower.
Nothing to report, sir.
Oops. Any requisitions? Strange bedfellows. An easy way up to there. Oh. Wow, we're just killing Templars.
It must have been some time since the renegade Templars faced a mage of any talent.
Wow, burn. Oh, you see his skeleton.
The apostates have fled to the hills.
You say apostates. There are no circles anymore. What do you expect? Ooh, elf fruit. Ooh, iron. This looks like a way up. That's hella. Graceful. Mine, we've already got the best weapon equipped. Looking for search for the missing Inquisition scout. Ritz. Well,
Templar or deserters.
We should look around.
Thank you. If not for you.
Redcliffe has seen more than its share of troubles. That the rebellion should play out here.
Do you need anything? I should probably report back. This is a mage.
Eldreda, yes. I think that was her name. At least I'd heard other apostates call her that.
okay, I'm now instinctively pressing V. So clearly there's some muscle memory for how this was meant to shit.
It looks like someone was having a picnic.
Yes. The mage must have been hunting for blood magic. The Templars attacked the apostate. I suppose I just got caught in the middle. So, the truth. I may have been, passing time with Eldreda.
I'm gonna quick save because I don't know if this is judgmental of her or the Templars.
These apostates are killing people, and you're
Nope.
out here. So,
What I meant murdering a woman in the middle of a date while she's harming nothing is the travesty, not dating a mage.
are you going to report me?
Look, kid, if you can talk an apostate out of her pants in the middle of a war, you've got a gift. Use it. Make contacts, get information, and help the Inquisition. Do that, and our lips are sealed.
All right. I can do that. And thanks for going easy on me.
I feel sorry for Ritz. She was just there enjoying time with her girlfriend. And then the Templars went and fucking murdered her. That's a bit much for us just yet. Let's run. Brave Sir Robin bravely ran away. Actually, I was going to make it a quest, but that makes every rift quest. Don't really want. Oh, Alfred. Let's go up. This is literally where I just came from, but never mind. Solus, are you lost? Oh, that isn't that Redcliffe Castle through there? No, Redcliffe Castle's like. Oh, there in fact. Okay. Gotta say, if that was Redcliffe Castle, it would have seen better days. I don't remember it being that dilapidated.
I know you. They call you the Herald of Andraste for what you did at Haven. But are you? The Maker has not told me.
No, I'm not.
I am not the Herald of Andraste.
As I suspected. Stories of you mastering the rifts are just blind heresy.
No, I can seal rifts.
Then prove it. Show me that the rifts bend to your will, the will of the Maker. Show me the power you wield.
Okay, you got a rift nearby.
This cult. What are you doing out here? What is it you think is happening?
Not very diplomatic.
And shown its imperfection in doing so. The chant of light was a lie. It was arrogance to think that mortal lips could frame the Maker's will. And so we wait in silence. The Maker has opened the sky. Soon he will call his chosen back to the Golden City.
Until later.
Until the Maker brings you back to us.
Ah.
I suppose it only natural that some would turn to worshipping the breach, if only in hopes of appeasing it.
Mine.
I am not certain, my lady. We could still return to your family's estate. No. There is nothing for me back there. I hear rumors about what caused the explosion that killed the Divine, my lady. We need no longer listen to rumors. We know the truth. It was the Maker, guiding the Divine and those with her up to his side.
Okay. And maybe up. Maybe up further.
You bear the mark of the sky. You honor us. You bear the mark of the sky. You honor us.
The Maker has torn open the sky.
When the demons have cleansed the unworthy, the faithful will be lifted up.
You're worshipping the demons. Okay, it's the other side of that wall. Gonna do anything with this? Yoink.
For our lips are imperfect.
Our imperfection has rent the sky, and now only the Maker can restore what has been torn asunder.
The Maker and also an elf. Mainly the elf, though. Well, that's a nasty way to get splinters. Green Asher of Antiva. Ooh, loot. Hmm.
The demons prey upon the innocent, but our faith is strong.
The Maker will save us.
We want no trouble here.
Alright, I get the picture. It's above me.
Excuse me. While you were coming up, did you meet a young noblewoman with blonde hair and pale green eyes? Lady Venena should be here. We need to be together when the Maker comes.
Where should she be?
Where would your friend be?
She is my love, and she should be here. I wrote to her weeks ago. I know the path up the hill is dangerous, but surely the mages and Templars would not trouble a young lady.
I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Please, if you meet my beloved, tell her I am waiting.
Okay. It's a Bottles of Thedas. Not exactly the most enthralling quest series in the game. Okay. Can we do this rift yet? Yes. That wasn't the best time disruption of all time. Well, they weren't like worshipping that or anything, were they? Oh. I seem to become a cult leader.
Maker's tears. I was a fool to have doubted you. How may we serve you? Herald of Andraste.
Have your people help the refugees?
As you say, Herald of Andraste. Some few will remain here, the rest will go forth to do your will. When the Maker calls you to your great purpose, remember that we served you.
A Templar, I believe.
Letter found on a dead Templar, Elendra. I don't know how this will reach you, but with the last strength of my shaking hands, what else could I do but write you? Whether it be the magic of this cursed breach or the Maker punishing me for abandoning my vows, the end is coming. The terrors are with me more often than not. I came up here to try and find some peace with these believers. The platitudes they mouth are cold comfort. If my mind falls to demons or my own darkness, I fear that even a weakened Templar will cause too much harm. I took a draught of bitter herbs. It will be over soon. I wish my weakness had not stopped me from meeting you. With your phylactery, I knew where you were, but the madness of your side and mine was too great a gap. Maker save you. Stay safe. You need no circle if you carry it within you. Love, Matron. Right, let's hand in strange bedfellows. Oh, Alfred. There's the worried scout.
Damn it, Ritz, where are you?
I found Ritz and rescued her from an attack by the Templars. She's fine.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time. It's dangerous out here for everyone. I'm glad the Inquisition is trying to put things right.
Oh. Let's loot the bodies. What would Isabella say if we didn't? I love how that wah, they do before attacking. Gives you a lot of time to get some hits in. See? You just did it there too. This way. Yeah, you got 4 decorative gems. My Lady Velina. Oh, Lesser found on a noblewoman's corpse. My Lady Velina. I know you're frightened, but the light in the sky shouldn't scare you. It's the Eye of the Maker, finally coming back to take the faithful to the Golden City. Leave your father's servants and come up to the hills, away from the pointless fighting between Templars and mages. Let me introduce you to Speaker Anais. She'll explain everything. We'll be together and happy, waiting for everything to be right in the world. Your love, Lord Berend. Oh, there they are. When the Tevinter Imperium said that mages should rule over man, the just rebelled against the unrighteous decree. When the Circle said that mages should be allowed to consort with unholy spirits without care or consequence, the just rebelled against the unrighteous decree. Now the Lord Seeker tells us to withdraw to Val Royal. My brothers, I tell you, we are the just, and we must rebel against this unrighteous decree. Our battle must continue until no maid draws breath. Until no maid draws breath. That's not a bit extreme, is it? Cast aside these cowardly shackles and join us along the river off the West Road. A letter written in a crisp and educated hand. Tell you what. No. There. Return the ring to the Elven Widow. Which I will, at some point. Is there anything else I can do on the war table?
Maker watch over you.
She who trusts in the Maker, fire is her water.
Researcher Manave wishes to verify that the infections have decreased in number.
She should see fire and go towards light. For she who trusts in the Maker.
See.
Did you see the message I sent?
Yes, thank you.
Let's see if Josie has anything else we can say yet. Probably not, because we haven't really done much.
Mistress Lavelle, do you have a moment?
Did you need something, Ambassador?
Yes. Well, not precisely, but I should like to know if anyone here has treated you unkindly, Herald, for being an elf.
Not that I've noticed.
If they have, they've been stealthy.
Good.
Harding said a racist thing. Let's not forget that.
The word that Andraste's herald is an elf, the Inquisition must give you its utmost support. Stories of wild Dalish elves have grown even more outrageous as people learn of you.
How have the rumors gotten worse?
I would prefer not to repeat them.
Give me something.
Stealing children, selling peasants to slavers, burning down villages, using infants for blood magic. Those are the stories about your fellow.
Good old-fashioned blood
I
libel.
won't repeat what they've said about you.
Do they care that I'm a mage?
Isn't the magic just as much a problem as my ears?
It depends which way the wind is blowing. Magic is meant to serve man, the chant teaches. Close the breach, and we can claim that is why Andraste chose you. Hopefully it will be enough to replace this gossip about the Dalish.
Why not claim the Dalish can steal your breath or turn into dragons while they're at it? Now that I've said that out loud, someone probably has.
Very likely. I will see what the Inquisition can do to contain the slander. It may help if I know more about how you and your clan lived.
The best part was when the Aravel, our wagons, turned from the plains to the woods. I used to spend weeks exploring the forest.
You make it sound idyllic. Haven is so far away from home. You must miss the people of your clan.
If I'd never left home, Josephine, I would never have met you. That would be the greater tragedy.
What? Really? There is more to this, Mistress Lavelle. Whatever comes, your role as Andraste's herald will mark your clan in history.
If I went back now, they'd already be envious. By the end of this, I'll hold more power than all my clan's keepers put together.
Ooh, what do you say that
I advise
for?
you not to tell your clan that, Herald. No one enjoys a poor winner.
I meant seeing the world and meeting people and, you know, the fun stuff, not unlimited power.
Good day to you.
What do the people make of us?
Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast allies. We must aim for more.
Let's speak later.
Farewell.
Anyway. Maeve?
You've brought back some fascinating things. We're putting them to good use. I'll speak with you later.
Thank you again for what you've brought back. If you find anything, please bring it in.
Right. I am going to call it a night now because it's almost 10 past midnight. So let's exit out. Then we wait for a bit. Then we wait for a bit. Well, then we quit. And let's go to that. And let's go to Firefox. Right, let's have a look at Twitch. Let's see who's online. Why did I open that in a new tab? Right. I saw Super Mario World from Minecraft. Right, where was that? There it is. All right, let's raid Terrarium, who is playing Super Mario World. And while we're waiting for Twitch to do its thing, let's have a look at Joystick. Let's use online there. We can drop in on over here. Oh. Drop in on Koi. Why not? Koi's nice. Right. Let's drop in on Koi. Right. And yeah, so see you tomorrow, I hope. Good night.